Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Ship Squad's Mission Log, broadcasting to you live from outer space in the mothership. We are the Ship Squad. We are the hosts of this channel, and we are the captains of this ship. And every week we gather around this table on Friday at 7:30, bringing news topics. Each one of us, we will discuss the news topics, debate them, maybe even fight each other over them. Are you okay?
I burped and almost puked.
Okay.
He's too excited.
Anyways, if you like what you see, talk to us in the chat. Follow us on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube the next day, you can like us and subscribe to us, as well as talk to us in the comments because we are there as well. And I think that's all the bases covered.
That's a lot of bases. I think we got home run on that one.
So, since Thad wanted to be secretive about his topic this week, he gets to go first.
All right, sweet. All right, so we know Rocksteady is now done with the Arkham Knight.
Oh,
The Arkham series?
Well, they're done. Well, they're done with the Batman for right now.
yeah, the Arkham trilogy, we'll call it.
The Arkham trilogy is now complete. Whether they do more about Batman, up in the air. Now, I posed this question the other day on Twitter, and Sam and I talked about it for a hot second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want Rocksteady to do something outside of superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to venture out. And we saw how good that can be in video games when a company gets so caught up in one specific game that they don't really have anything else in their portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this with Gorilla recently.
It's true.
And they knocked one out of the park as far as we know with Horizon.
That looks great.
It looks fantastic. It is completely opposite of what all the kill zones were,
Mm-hmm.
which is all they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they've done a couple other small
I say
things.
that's just their only big thing.
Yeah,
that's the
I
only
think
thing they're
they've
known
done
for.
small things, but nothing as major as AAA as Killzone.
Right.
So I'm going to pose a question to each one of you guys, but the question is going to be, what would you like to see Rocksteady do outside of superheroes? Outside of a Superman, outside of a Justice League, if they go that route, what would you like? But before that, I want to throw out some of my suggestions.
Okay.
Just to give you guys because I looked up some Warner Brother properties that they can use, and just some other random ass ones. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would be a dope one, especially since Warner Brothers is working heavily with Nickelodeon right now.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, because they own that series. Because
The
Warner
Shadow's
Brothers owns the
excited.
series, and Warner Brothers does own Rocksteady, so
Yeah.
they can use that. Another Lord of the Rings game, probably not. This is just one of the things that Warner Brothers owns the property. It'd be cool if Rocksteady did something with it, but Monolith, another Warner Brother property, already has done a Lord of the Rings game, Shadow of Mordor. A Jurassic World game would be dope, but unlikely because that's Universal.
That's a bad suggestion.
That's a great suggestion. Dinosaurs?
You're just
You go back.
you're Chris Pratt running away the entire movie.
No. It's not a video game based on the exact movie. It's like a year later. You go back to the island looking for rescue. Anyways, we can go in that later.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
That'd be fucking dope.
A Hitman style Matrix game
Yep.
would be incredibly cool because it's also another Warner Brother property.
Matrix is great.
I have 2 wild cards / new IP stuff they can do. A racing game, a story-based racing game. I've heard a lot of kudos on the Batmobile, a lot of not so kudos on the Batmobile. Not a lot of mixed reviews. That's all I've seen. Is a lot of people love it. They did put a lot of time into it. I gotta give them respect for that. So maybe it'd be cool if they did a story-based racing game. You kind of have your one car kind of deal, and then I know this is gonna sound confusing, but a survival fighter.
Okay, well, that's a genre that doesn't exist, so explain it to us.
Okay, I couldn't think of something better than a survival fighter to describe what I'm going into with this. It's
Okay.
it's not a fighting game. It's not it's not like your Smash Bros or Mortal Kombat kind of fight. It's like you fight to survive kind of game, but not a full-fledged survival horde mode game. The closest I can come to describing this is a game called Ark.
Ark. The one that's on Steam Early Access right
Yes.
now that's blowing up the dinosaur game?
Yes.
Something
like that.
That's kind of just a survival game, though.
I don't know anything about
Well,
it, so I
you-
can't speak to it.
Yeah.
With Ark, you have to. It's a survival game. It's very much a survival game, but you rely heavily on fighting other people for access.
It's
to things.
Minecraft.
Hmm?
It's Minecraft.
It's kind of like Minecraft, but you still you're in a multiplayer universe.
Okay.
So something like that. Now I give the floor to you guys, based on what I have presented.
TMNT, great. I'm just gonna go.
Go ahead.
TMNT, great idea. Harry Potter, not a good idea. Lord of the Rings, not a good idea.
No one can read that.
To me, these are not good ideas because Harry Potter's done.
Yeah, you just
Except for the new movie coming out.
But what is it about?
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
What is it
It's a
about?
full-fledged 2.5-hour movie.
But what is it
What
about?
is it about? You're not telling me what it's about.
No one knows.
They haven't said anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
is this based off a book?
One of the
Prequel?
no. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is one of the books inside the Harry Potter universe. It's more or less a textbook research book, but I don't think it's going to be one of those like I see it as more of an adventure movie where somebody's like marking down these like different crazy beasts and whatnot, exploring the Harry Potter world, magical world.
Don't think that would work as a game. TMNT definitely because a lot of action.
There have been TMNT games before.
Yeah, great.
It'll definitely work.
Lord of the Rings has already been done. There's been Two Towers has been fantastic game.
Yeah.
It was
And
great.
Return of the King and Fellowship.
I didn't really like Fellowship.
I didn't like Fellowship either, but Two Towers and Return of the King were both really good games.
Yeah. I don't really have a suggestion on like a different game outside of anything we've already seen. I think Matrix could work, but like I said before, it's already so old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to revive it, to like waste resources on that when they could just either create a new IP, racing game, fighting, survival game, or bring like TMNT to like a hardcore fucking Leonardo cutting someone's head off.
That'd be
So.
nuts. And I'm
Yeah.
so for it.
Oh,
So
that's all I
since
have
they
to
killed
say.
Donnie, he can, now he can kill whoever he wants.
No, it's been like 8 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while. They don't know. You need to learn.
It's been like 8 months. I'm sorry.
I am for a TMNT game. But I fear that game would turn into X-Men Legends / Marvel Ultimate Alliance style, and I don't like that style. I found those games were extremely repetitive to me. I thought they were boring. But if it's done right, you could do it like with the over-the-shoulder third-person action, and I think that would be really cool because you've got 4 different Ninja Turtles with 4 different fighting styles, 4 different sets of weapons. That could be really fun. You could make it a co-op game, however you want to do that. The rest of them, none of that sounded interesting to me. The Harry Potter games, there were already a bunch of Harry Potter games. I thought they were boring.
They were.
The
Lego one was the best one.
But listen though. I think this is a problem anytime you base a game off of a movie or some other licensed product or something like that. You need to come up with an original idea if you're going to make a video game. Don't try and base it off of something that's already happened, as we saw with the terrible late 90s, early 2000s superhero games. It does not work. You cannot do that. You got to do something
Spider-Man 2 was
original.
dope.
Now hold on. Did you ever play the Wolverine game?
Yes, I had that actually.
And that shit was fucking hype.
It was cool because they did a lot of cool stuff in that game, like with extras, like all the different Wolverine costumes, and they had like Wolverine comic books in there, and like that was really cool. But that was also a spinoff. You know what I mean? Like they weren't retelling. It was based off of the movies, but they weren't retelling a movie story.
Right.
Anyways, though, Matrix.
I'm not saying any of these have to be based on the movies. They
Well,
could
that's
be
what I'm saying though. Like the Harry Potter games already exist. They're based on the movies. That's stupid. Don't do that ever again. So don't make another Harry Potter game because you're having another Harry Potter movie come out. I'm not for that.
No.
The Matrix, same thing. I love the Matrix. The Matrix is fucking awesome. But they've made 2 Matrix games before and both of them were shit. It just doesn't translate. You think that's the perfect kind of thing for a video game, but for some reason it does not translate.
It has
well.
everything a shooter. It has everything people want in a shooter.
But I think the reason is like the Matrix movies have a lot of action, but they're also like a lot of dialogue and storytelling, and I think that like didn't translate well into the video games. I think that kind of slowed them down, and then the fighting was like there was just so much of the agents and the slow-mo in the game. But I like the Batmobile in the game for the Batmobile. I just don't like it in this game. talking about Arkham Knight, obviously, I just thought it was in it too much. They obviously spent a lot of time on the game, so they just put it in the game all over the place. You had to use it to kind of like be like, they spent all that time on it, so you might as well use it. But mechanically wise, I had no problems with it. I just didn't like using it that much. It shouldn't have been that active in the game, so I could see them doing a racing game. The driving controlled actually really well once I figured out like all you have to do is counter steer, and then you're good on every turn. So I would be fine with that, but a brand new IP, you can't like, I don't know, like it's hard to like think up a brand new IP. Like what's something brand new I would like to see them do? I think they excel in third-person action games, and they should stick to third-person action games. But if they feel confident enough to go into a different genre, I'm cool with that too. I trust the studio. They've done amazing on the last 3 games I've played. They've knocked all 3 of them out of the park. So,
Yeah.
Waters.
I wouldn't mind seeing something a little more, I guess, adult, or like a little more intense, for like a Harry Potter universe thing. Granted, I love Harry Potter, so Lord of the Rings, I'm always down for Lord of the Rings, but again, Monolith. I do not want them to do a racing game. I'm completely against everything you said with the Batmobile. At least in my game, it was garbage. Every time I tried to turn, it wouldn't turn. I had to gank the e-brake for every turn, because when I hit left, it was like wall. It's like, no, stop doing that.
really?
Yeah, but granted, I had a lot of bugs in my game. You did not have a lot of
That's
bugs
true.
in your
My game worked fine.
If it was smooth, I might have a different story. TMNT's fucking great. Who doesn't love TMNT? I don't know. I'd like to see them do something different, but I don't really know what. I could see something third-person shooter.
Yeah, I
but
can
like
see that.
see it in a not really. Well, I guess post-apocalyptic. Like, have you? I know if that has, but Snowpiercer. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, dude.
Drop it in that kind of universe where it's like
Yo.
post-apocalyptic frozen wasteland.
Yeah, okay.
Yo.
Something like that.
I did not even think about that. That would be awesome.
I think that'd be really cool.
No, like,
Well,
Jesus.
we need something
Who
that's
whispered
good.
that? What a dumbass.
Damn it, Shadow.
I know, man.
But yeah, I'd like to see them something like that, or I don't know. I mean, I feel like they could do well pretty much in any setting, but like you said, they're great at their third-person games, so it'd be nice to see something in that same field, but in a different universe.
Yeah, and the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because I think Rocksteady is a great studio, and they've worked wonders with the Batman game.
They've knocked it out of the park.
They did.
Storytelling is fantastic.
Story's great. The games have been great. Like gameplay, like all of them are at least 9s. So I mean, like, I would like to see them venture outside of superheroes, outside of the DC universe. But something tells me that's not going to happen. Realistically, they've always done DC stuff, and I mean, they have like Warner Brothers has certain video game studios for certain video games.
Yeah.
They have Monolith for their Lord of the Rings stuff.
Right.
They have Rocksteady for their Batman, DC stuff. They have a couple others.
They have partnerships with NetherRealm for the Mortal Kombat and Injustice games.
Yeah. So I mean, like, they have a lot of studios doing a lot of very specific things. They're a big company.
Yeah.
So I realistically don't see Rocksteady going outside of the superhero realm, but wishful thinking has me wanting them doing something else.
Now, when we get our rated M Animaniacs video game, who will you play as? That's the real question.
To be honest, I don't even remember those things' names.
Dude, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot?
Now I know. Now I know.
Wow.
That was my shit.
But yeah, I really I just want to bring this up as a discussion because I know it's kind of a hot button thing right now. I mean, not really
Yeah, a lot of people are wondering what they're going to do next.
Yeah.
Inside the superhero universe, they own Batman Beyond. I'm just saying.
I would love a Batman Beyond.
Jesus,
That
man.
would be...
That'd be out of this world.
I would absolutely love that game. I really would.
Does that wrap up? Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I just wanted to bring this up. I want to see what you guys' opinions were. See where you guys kind of stood on like something outside of superhero. But let's be honest. I mean, we can all kind of agree.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna stick with superheroes.
You want Batman Beyond?
Fuck yeah.
I would like a Justice League game full on.
Definitely.
Skip Superman, skip individual people, go straight to the jail.
Well, they don't have enough time to do individual.
Yeah, so I'm saying just skip them all,
Yeah.
go straight to jail.
Haven't they picked up other?
They
heroes?
own all the properties, but here's why. Or here's the thing: they've bought all those properties so that they can like put them in a video game.
Mhm.
But the problem is that could be just so like the parts in the game where the thugs are like, now all we need is for that freak Superman to show up.
True.
They need that property for that guy to say Superman in their video game.
That's true.
And like the Easter eggs around town with Lex Luthor and Oliver Queen Industries, like they have to own those properties to even do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they could do a Justice League game because they do have those properties, but at the same time, they might have never planned that because all they bought them up for was for minor Easter egg use.
And I think that wraps up our what will Rocksteady do next
Topic.
segment.